Jae-Hoon City, a place of endless lights, endless secrets, and endless blood. Beneath its dazzling skyline, the battle between justice and crime had become a war with no end. Two people from very different worlds were about to cross paths. Kang Hyung-woo, a brave and sharp detective, dedicated his life to catching criminals. He was known for his keen instincts and his unwavering sense of justice. On the other side was So Jae-Min, cold, cunning, and untouchable, the heir to one of the most feared mafia families in Jae-Hoon City. He was known for his cunning mind and his ability to stay one step ahead of the law. Kang Hyun-woo and So Jae-Min had been sworn enemies as long as they could remember. Their lives were like parallel lines that never touched, never crossing, but always colliding in the shadows. The detective who chased, the gangster who escaped. Yet they were always aware of each other's presence. Kang Hyun-woo spent countless nights tracking So Jae-Min's activities, hoping to bring him down and put an end to the crime wave that plagued the city. But So Jae-Min was always elusive, slipping through Kang Hyun-woo's fingers like smoke. The Black Serpent, a ghostly figure who killed without mercy, leaving only destruction in his wake. He wasn't a man, he was a storm, and even the So Empire trembled before him. One day, something unexpected happened. A new threat emerged in Jae-Hoon City, one that was more dangerous than anything the city had ever seen. Gangs were slaughtered, buildings burned, and whispers of a new name spread through the alleys. The Black Serpent. A mysterious figure known only as the Black Serpent had started to take over the underworld. The serpent was ruthless, leaving chaos and destruction in his wake. At police headquarters, Hyun-woo's captain warned him, "Forget it, Hyun-woo. Black Serpent isn't someone we can catch. He's beyond the law." But Hyun-woo clenched his fists. No criminal is beyond the law. Meanwhile, in the So family's hidden mansion, Jae-Min's uncle urged surrender. "We cannot fight him. If we bow, we survive." But Jae-Min's eyes burned with rage. "If I bow now, our name dies forever. I'll destroy him before I surrender." Two men, enemies, yet hunted by the same predator. The trail of bodies led them both to a warehouse at the edge of Jae-Hoon City. The building was already engulfed in flames. Dozens of corpses lay scattered inside, the smell of blood and smoke choking the air. Through the smoke, Hyun-woo raised his gun. "Jae-Min, hands where I can see them." But Jae-Min didn't flinch. "You're aiming at the wrong enemy, detective." Before Hyun-woo could fire, the Black Serpent moved. Ghostly masked assassins poured from the smoke, blades and guns glinting in the firelight. The Black Serpent's men. Gunshots thundered. Hyun-woo and Jae-Min, enemies sworn, were forced back to back, a cop and a gangster fighting for their lives together. By the time the last assassin fell, they were both bleeding, both breathing hard, and for the first time, Kang Hyun-woo knew he needed help. Reluctantly, he realized that the only person who knew the ins and outs of the criminal world well enough to help him was So Jae-Min. But how could he ever trust a gangster? Meanwhile, So Jae-Min was facing his own problems. The Black Serpent was a threat to his family's empire, and he couldn't allow that. He knew he would need help from someone who wasn't part of the criminal world, someone like Kang Hyun-woo. Still, the idea of working with his enemy made his skin crawl. In an unlikely twist of fate, Kang Hyun-woo and So Jae-Min found themselves sitting across from each other in a dimly lit cafe. Their eyes met, filled with distrust and suspicion. The air was thick with tension as they both sized each other up, wondering if they could really work together. Hyun-woo finally spoke. "I need your help. This Black Serpent is a danger to us all, even your family." So Jae-Min leaned back, his expression unreadable. "Help. You've hunted me for years, detective. You've dreamed of seeing me in chains, and now you ask me to fight by your side." So Jae-Min's voice was steady, but desperate. "This isn't about us anymore. It's about Daehan City. If we don't stop him, there won't be a city left to fight for." After a long pause, Min-Jun nodded slowly. "All right," he said, "but this doesn't mean I trust you. We'll work together for now, but don't think for a second that I won't be watching your every move." Kang Hyun-woo said nothing. Then, slowly, he pulled out a knife. He dragged the blade across his palm, blood dripping on the table. "A blood oath. Until the Black Serpent is dead, we fight together. After that," he smirked, "you're still my enemy." Hyun-woo hesitated. Then, with grim resolve, he cut his own palm and clasped Jae-Min's hand. Their blood mingled, enemies bound by something darker than trust. But they weren't alone. In the corner of the cafe, a woman lowered her camera. Han Sua, a fearless journalist, had captured everything. She whispered to herself, "Detective Kang, what are you hiding?" With that fragile truce in place, Kang Hyun-woo and So Jae-Min began their uneasy partnership. They knew it wouldn't be easy. Trust was a rare commodity between them, and every step they took was steeped in uncertainty. Yet deep down, they both understood that they needed each other to stop the Black Serpent. From that night on, Daehan City became their battlefield. Kang Hyun-woo and Jae-Min moved through the underworld together, interrogating thugs, bribing informants, fighting off ambushes in narrow alleys. For every step they took, the Black Serpent was one step ahead. And then the truth surfaced. The Black Serpent was no serpent. His name was Lee Kyung-ho, a man once loyal to the So family, a man left for dead after betrayal. When Hyun-woo heard the name, his blood ran cold. Lee Kyung-ho, was he the one who killed my father? The answer was silence, and in Jae-Min's eyes, Hyun-woo saw something he didn't want to believe: guilt. Before the truth could be spoken, disaster struck. Sua was kidnapped. The phone rang. A distorted voice filled the room. "If you want her alive, come alone, both of you. Let's end this." At the edge of Daehan's harbor, under the silent stars, an abandoned shipyard waited. Flames flickered in oil drums. The Black Serpent stood in the center, Sua bound at his feet, armed men circling like vultures. He welcomed them with a smile. Detective Kang, Gangster So, two sides of the same rotten coin. Then his voice darkened. "Kang Hyun-woo, your father begged for his life. The So family watched him die." Hyun-woo's world shattered. He turned his gun on Jae-Min, fury blazing in his eyes. "Is it true? Did your family kill him?" Jae-Min's silence was deafening. His hands shook, but he didn't deny it. Before Hyun-woo could pull the trigger, the Black Serpent attacked. Chaos erupted. Gunshots roared. Blades clashed. Fire lit the night sky. Sua was thrown into the water. Without hesitation, Jae-Min dove after her, dragging her back to safety. And in that moment, Hyun-woo saw the truth. Jae-Min was not his father's killer, not his enemy, not anymore. Together, side by side, they faced Black Serpent in the final clash. Every strike, every shot, every breath was a battle between past and present. At last, their blades pierced the Black Serpent's chest. His voice broke into a whisper as he collapsed. Justice, crime, it's all the same. Only blood remains. The shipyard burned around them. Flames devoured the night. Hyun-woo, wounded, leaned against Jae-Min. His voice was hoarse. This doesn't make us friends. Jae-Min smirked, blood dripping from his lips. No, but it makes us brothers in blood. Daehan City is left in flames. But tell me, what would you do if you had to join forces with your worst enemy to survive? Comment below. I want to hear your thoughts. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell for more